What's up, Vlad?
What up, Wack?
We here.
Yes.
We on the opposite side of the camera. Usually, it's Vlad questioning Wack, but listen, I'm seeing SMD text messages flying across. And an hour and a half before I'm scheduled to come see you, I get a call from Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas.
And I said, Joyner, bro, what's going on with you and Vlad? What's the issue? Why didn't you do the interview? And he simply said, I do not like him, his type, his kind. He's bad for the culture. He gets people hurt. He gets people thrown in jail. Now, Vlad, I don't know, because I know when the feds called you about turning over interviews, you denied them.
Correct. Multiple times.
You denied them. So I don't know about that, but bro, it's a lot of accusations. He kissed a chick that you had a crush on.
Yeah.
All kind of crazy stuff, bro. And I'm like, wait, we just heard the story of Vlad had to beat a dude to death coming in there because Vlad had the chick. So what's going on with you and Joyner, man? Like, what? He tells me you're suing him for a six-figure number. What's up, man?
Okay, so a lot of the reason I'm going to respond to this Joyner Lucas temper tantrum online over me suing him for copyright infringement is because I want to break down the media business to all the content creators out here. So Vlad TV has two parts of our business. The first part is shooting content. The second part is monetizing the content we have in our 17-year catalog. So we copyright every single video that we put out. Now, some people think like, well, what's the big deal? It's just a video clip. It's just social media. Now, it is a big deal because I own it. This is my life's work. This is not public domain. This is copyrighted content. We spend millions of dollars creating content. This is my life's work, and I protect my investment. And just like every other media company, I license out my past catalog. So we constantly get requests from companies and media outlets and individuals to use our content. Now, we negotiate every single deal. We also require everyone to use our logo. And, sometimes we just can't come up with a deal and they don't use our content. What we also have to do is sometimes approach companies and individuals that use our content illegally. Now, we've had a bunch of people that have paid significant amounts of money that have used our content without permission. Now, I personally had to settle multiple lawsuits with people because I've used other people's content without permission, and I've had to pay, mid 5 digits and sometimes even more when I've used other people's content illegally. Now, for example, Eminem is suing Meta right now for using his content illegally. Now, if you have a relationship with me, then go ahead and use my content. Like Big U used some multiple interviews in his Hulu documentary. I called him up and said, yo, go for it. If you want me to sign some paperwork, it's cool. Like, you rock with us, so we have a business relationship. If Wack 100 wants to use our content, if Adam constantly uses our content on IG, Academic Shade Room reaches out to us if they want to use something, WorldStar reaches out, and that's all good. But if we don't have a business relationship with you, then it becomes a business situation at that point. And this is what brings me to the Joyner Lucas situation. Back in 2020, he had just did a feature on Eminem's album, so I reached out to him to do an interview. He never responded. That's fine. Life went on. But then in 2024, I got connected to his manager, Drew, so we started texting about doing an interview. Now, this is the part that Joyner Lucas isn't showing the world, right? These text messages. But let me go ahead and read you, and we'll put them on the screen. So I reached out to him in May of last year. I said, following up about the Joyner Lucas interview, again, when can we lock this in? Drew said, what's good, bro? Joyner gearing up for a project. Going to see where we can incorporate in the plans. I said, cool, I'm open. Where is he located? New York or LA? We're going to start planning in the next few weeks. I'm going to keep it top of mind. I said, cool, we film in both places. So then he sends me this other interview that he did, I think, with Gillian Rollo. And he was like, yo, we want to do something kind of like this. He did this with Math Hoffa, with Joyner. Sorry, with Math Hoffa, my bad. I'm thinking about doing a music industry exposed type piece, something educational but loaded with game. Let me know if you have any ideas. Cool. I said, I'm with it. Well, when do you want to lock it in? He's like, got to figure it out because not sure if Joyner can cover these details. I could do it. Just plans for rollout going to be a little different. So got to see what we can line up with him as far as getting more into his planning. So we're talking back and forth like they want to do an interview.
Sounds to me like there's some interest.
Yeah, like there's some interest. But so like after about a year or so of going back and forth, like they weren't locking any dates. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's not going to happen. Life goes on. We're talking to 100 people at a time, and he's just one of the people that we're talking to. So we just go on and focus on other stuff. Now, you were saying something?
Well, from speaking with Joyner, he says that part of the problem was his manager was trying to keep it cool with you, maybe for something, other things he wanted to do. The manager doesn't have any issues with you, but the manager knows that Joyner absolutely has told him, under any circumstances, will he ever sit down with you?
Okay, manager's telling me the exact opposite. The manager could have said, hey, know something, we're going to pass. We've had so many people tell us this.
It would have been that simple.
Would have been that simple?
Or he could have said, hey, Joyner's not open to it, but I have these guys, whoever they may have been.
Whatever.
He could have said anything, right?
Yeah, it's all good. We get no's all the time. I have no problem with people telling me no. Joyner doesn't owe me anything. His manager doesn't owe me anything. It's all good. So as far as I'm concerned at that point, we're not doing an interview and whatever. We went on with our business. But then a few months ago, Joyner gets into this whole online battle with the big UK rapper Skepta, and this is like the biggest thing that's happened to him since the Eminem feature. So they start going back and forth. So then Joyner on his Twitter posts this Ari Spears clip where he's like making fun of UK rappers. We'll go ahead and play the clip now.
I can't stand listening to niggas from London rap. Pop, chop, did it pop, pop, pop. When it come, and it cop, when it cop, got. And it go, did it throw, and it hop, and it did it up. That shit sounds ridiculous. Pop, chop, did it pop, pop, pop. When it come, and it cop, when it cop, got. And it go, did it throw, pop, pop. When it come, and it cop, when it cop, pop, pop. Pop, chop, did it pop, pop, pop. When it come, and it cop, when it cop, got. And it go, did it throw, pop, pop. When it come, and it cop, when it cop, pop.
And it gets like, I think millions of views. Our logo is cut off and we're not credited. Now, here's the thing. Like, I don't allow my videos to be reposted with no logo. And on top of it, if you don't fuck with me, don't use my content.
Don't use your content.
Don't use my content. It's just that simple.
That makes sense.
So I reach out to Joyner's manager, who I've already been talking to. I said, listen, we got some business things that we got to talk about. So I explained to him what's happening. I'm like, look, this is copyrighted material. And I'm not okay with Joyner using it because we don't have a business relationship of any sort. So there's 3 options that we could do. You could license my content. You could do an interview, which would be a no-cost solution for everyone. Or we can go to court. However you want to do it, I'll prefer to do it the no-cost way, but these are the options.
So you feel like if he does the interview, which you may have lost or whatever he's violated, then you possibly could make up for that because you don't know what type of reaction your fans gonna give you on your channel for Joyner. Because he feels you were trying to extort him for it.
I wasn't trying to extort him. I gave him an option. You could pay me for the content or we could barter for the content. That's not extortion.
No,
you could pay me for it or we could barter for it. But if we can't come up to a solution, then I have to go to court for it. Now here's the interesting part, right? There's an artist who's 100 times bigger than Joyner. You know who this is. We've had this conversation online.
I definitely know.
This is a true story, right?
Definitely.
Because you can find this interview on my channel right now.
Definitely.
A huge artist. Everybody knows who this is. 100 times bigger than Joyner Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
A very similar situation happened. He used my content illegally. I called him up and I gave him the same 3 options. License my content, we could do an interview, or we have to go to court over this. You know what he said?
Do the interview.
Let's do the interview. What day are you free? All right, let's do it this day. He came in, we knocked it out. It was a dope interview. It got millions of views. We still cool to this day. We text. He understands what the situation is. Everyone's happy. No money changed hands. He got to use my shit for his promo and so forth. Joyner Lucas wants to use my content for his rap battles to further his career, but he doesn't want to compensate me for actually using my content. So I'm talking to his manager and he goes, okay, well, what's it going to require? I said, well, we have a studio here, but I want to have a conversation with Joyner first just to check his temperature because I don't want him coming in all mad and shit. He goes, all right, cool, I'll check with him. So this is the part that just blows me away. Like, I'm still shocked that this happened. His manager, Drew, responded to me with a text message from Joyner, and the text message says, DJ Vlad, suck my d. You're not going to extort me for an interview. Go ahead and call your lawyers. Do what you got to do. He said, call your lawyers. He posted this himself.
But then so after he sent you that, he sees you're serious. I'm assuming
No,
he took the content down, right?
No. Yeah, so here's what happened. He sent me the whole thing. He said, call your lawyers. I don't care.
But at this point in time, he must have taken the content down.
No, because he sends me that. I respond to Drew and say, cool, the interview's off the table. Fuck this interview. Because clearly he don't want to do it, so why would I sit down with someone that don't want to do it? Cool. I gave you 3 options. One of them is now off the table. And what does he do after all that? He keeps the interview up. The clip is still like on his Twitter, still getting millions of views.
He doesn't know that that's accumulating damage.
He doesn't seem very smart to me. Like the two of them just don't seem very smart.
Yeah, as a manager, I would have never sent that to you.
You're a manager, you manage artists. Someone approaches you and says, hey, listen, I have a claim against the game or Blueface. There's a copyright violation. We're trying to settle this, but we have an issue here and it's copyrighted and so forth. And the thing about when you copyright a video, when you copyright content, when you go to court, you get your legal fees back. A lot of people don't sue because sometimes the damages are less than the legal fees. But when it's copyrighted, you can get your legal fees back. It's a guaranteed win. Nobody fights these things. People say, my bad, let's fix it, let's settle it. I've had to settle it. I'm sure you've settled things here and there. As a manager, if Blueface said, yo, suck my dick, would you forward that to the person who has a claim?
I'd rather him be a little pissed off at me for not forwarding later on and save him, because that in court is not going to sit well with the judge.
You're saying, I know what I'm doing and I don't care. Go ahead and take me to court and I'm going to keep it up on top of that. What are you going to do about it?
This is going to be a problem.
Look, I'm not extorting.
No,
Joyner Lucas. I gave him an option. I gave him 3 options, one of which, let's just do an interview and we'll call it even. It'll just be a barter. Okay? He didn't want to do it. He said, suck my dick. He said, call a lawyer. So I contacted my lawyers. I forwarded all this to me. They were shocked.
Now,
they were shocked that he actually sent over this text message.
Did he send that text before or after the Jason Lee Hollywood Unlock Award ceremony?
No, we were at the same table. We were seated at the same table.
I'm saying this
so
text
yeah, we met each other in person. We talked a little bit and so forth.
Came after this.
Came after this, yeah.
So when you're at the table,
we were cordial.
See, that's the industry for you.
We were cordial.
That's the part I never ever adapted to.
We were cordial. If
I'm not, you the same way. If you don't deal with somebody, you're not gonna deal with
I'm not gonna talk to them. I'm not gonna talk to them. These two, man, were at the table. It was pitch dark. Remember it was in there?
Yeah.
They were the only people in there with dark glasses on. They couldn't see shit. Even the manager looked like he was Nipsey Hussle for Halloween. Like, he really, like, with the dark glasses on, with the beard, people like, who that Nipsey Hussle looking motherfucker? That's Joyner's manager. He looked like he was dressed up as Nipsey for Halloween, I swear to God. This is the type of management that he has.
So question.
Yes.
Can you legally, when the case is done and over with, can you legally show what the outcome was?
Of what?
The lawsuit.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it's settled, sometimes
It's settled,
sometimes there's settlements that allow you to reveal it. Sometimes there's settlements where you have to sign something where you can't say what it is.
but it still be public.
Or
record.
it might go to court. If it goes to court, it'll be public. If it's settled, oftentimes they kind of seal the settlement. Oftentimes. It depends on the lawyer. I personally don't give a shit.
Gotcha.
Because at the end of the day, I'm just protecting my content. But he told me, suck my dick, call your lawyer. So that's exactly what I did. You know what my lawyers did first? They got that video legally taken down. Okay? The video got taken down, and then we filed an actual lawsuit. As I said, all of this is in the lawsuit, which is exactly what he told me to do. Now, he goes ballistic yesterday, like, oh, Vlad's a bitch. He's trying to extort me, blah, blah. He's clout chasing. I didn't mention the lawsuit. We quietly filed that lawsuit. He's the one that went on every social media platform he has.
Told everybody.
To tell about it. Who's clout chasing? Me or him? I'm just saying.
When I asked him his real issue with you, he kept on repeating and repeating. He's trying to set me up to get me hurt. He's going to ask me some things that he probably knows I don't want to answer. He's going to ask me things that may insinuate I know something or maybe I was a part of something that I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, you got the right not to answer. He said, yeah, but if he asks me that and I freeze up, it's not a good look. Vlad doesn't want to just interview you about your accolades. He wants to set you up, talk about some good things you did, and expose the things that you don't want to come out. He said, I just watched him do that to people time and time again, and I watched people get hurt. I don't know, Vlad.
Who got hurt?
You got a lot of lists.
Who got hurt?
You had one list of everybody that has passed away that you interviewed.
Right. People pass away. You and I are going to pass
Who
away.
is-
And if you know something?
Who's these people that have gotten hurt because of your interview?
If you pass away after doing a Vlad TV interview, they're going to say you passed away because of the Vlad TV interview. But you may have had cancer. You may be into it with some people.
Bro, I'm asking because you got a list.
I got
Do
a
you
list.
have a list of people that got hurt after they did?
Right.
And the dude that hurt them said, this is because of Vlad TV.
No one has said that. Nobody has said they got hurt because of Vlad TV.
I don't know because this.
Nobody. He's making this shit up. He's making this up. Like I said, I don't think he's very bright.
The man said.
I think he's a little slow.
He said, "Why
only a slow person would send over a text message like that."
It's time for him to change the name of Vlad TV to Bad TV.
Okay, well then he needs to change his name from Joyner Lucas to Joyner Doofus because he is an idiot. Okay, Joyner Doofus. That's your new name.
Joyner got hits.
Okay, that's cool. I don't know any. Name one. What's your favorite Joyner Lucas song? What's your favorite Joyner Lucas song, Wack? Go ahead, rap it for me. No, put your phone down. Put your damn phone down. Rap your favorite Joyner Lucas song right now. There's a gun to your head. 16 bars with it blowing your head off.
I'm over.
You're dead. It's over.
Shout out to Joyner Lucas.
Listen, man. Look, listen. At the end of the day, nobody's extorting Joyner Lucas. It's about me protecting my content. All right? I'm spitting facts. They gonna skip this part. Can I put my glasses back on?
Definitely.
Okay, put my glasses back on. All right? Look, at the end of the day, if you don't fuck with me, and Joyner's been very clear, I don't like this guy, I hate him,
he
blah,
don't.
blah.
Yeah, he don't.
I've never liked him.
He couldn't tell me nothing you did to him personally prior to the lawsuit. I said, bro, what did he do? He said he's been chasing me down since 2018.
That's not true. It was 2020. I have the actual DMs. And like I said, in 2024, me and his manager started talking. But look, at the end of the day, if you don't fuck with me and you sound like you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with my content, okay? Use someone else's shit. At the end of the day, your stuff is copyrighted. If someone else uses your shit and you don't want them to use it, you have the right to be compensated for it, take them to court, okay? But all the rest of this shit, extortion, blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit. It's all about me protecting my content. I gave him an option of what he could do to fix it. He told me to suck his dick and call the lawyer. I called the lawyer, and now he's crying like a little girl about it.
So what about Joyner? Did you feel like you would like really interview him about like how did the feature come with Eminem, or how did he do his big song with Will Smith? He got a song with Will Smith.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I've never interviewed him before, so it'd be like a first interview. It'd be his story, just like everyone else that I sit down with. Like when I sat down with Tekashi, the interview got huge because I am good at crafting people's stories into a really dope piece. That was my intent. I have no idea really who Joyner is. I don't know about whatever he thinks he's hiding. I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm not coming into it going like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna get him on this. Like, I have no idea. All I know is he did a song with Eminem, he raps fast, because people are like, oh, he's gonna do a fast rap diss song about you, right? And he had a song with Will Smith, and he had some song about racism or something. But, you know, we reach out to like hundreds of people at a time. Like last year, I think we did something like 200 interviews. So that requires us to reach out to a lot of people, not only us, but we have talent coordinators and so forth. Like I've been stalking him for however many years. No, like he's one of the hundreds of people that we followed up with. And the only reason we even followed up was because his manager, like as you saw by the text messages, seemed like he wanted to schedule something. If his manager said, yo, listen, Joyner doesn't want to, is going to pass, there would not have been a year of text messaging. I got better shit to do with my time. So listen, at the end of the day, Joyner, you could go ahead and you're gonna respond to this and you're gonna do 20 other posts and you're gonna make songs about me or whatever else. You asked for this. You put yourself in this situation. I gave you an option to fix it. You wanted to escalate things and your manager is stupid enough to forward that text message to me, which took options off the table. Because right now, if Joyner said, something, man, you're right. Let's do an interview. Fuck that interview. Fuck that interview. Fuck him. I'm not going to do that interview because I already know some bad energy behind it.
Now, Vlad, if we look up and Joyner's sitting in front of the drum set, we going to have something to say.
Y'all can say it.
Are you saying?
Right now, on this date, I have no intention of doing anything with Joyner Lucas. I want to be compensated for the content that he used, and that's it. And we don't have to talk to each other, see each other, whatever else.
So you saying it's a better chance of us seeing Tupac in that seat before Joyner Lucas?
Possibly, yes. Possibly. Because, they have AI and holograms, so, you might actually see Tupac.
Hey, listen. I think Joyner should have, tested the waters. He should have sat in the seat and seen where the interview went. Because a lot of people pass judgment, not understanding that everybody that sits in that seat is a total different story.
Right. And on top of that, people have come in and said, listen, that big artist I mentioned, there were certain things he just didn't want to talk about. He said, no, I don't want to talk about that. And you never saw it in the interview.
It's just a certain person he never wants to talk about.
Okay, yeah. You
know
how I'm talking about, right? Like I said,
very close friend of mine.
Yeah, that's my man, right? These days, because we worked it all out. But people come in and say, listen, I'm going to do the interview. I just don't want to talk about this. And I respect that. Because when I do interviews on other platforms, I'll say, hey, listen, I don't want to talk about this. And they respect it also. It's a give and take. And the whole thing, so let's just say I asked him a question and like he was saying to you, and what if I froze up or whatever? He could say, yo, Vlad, can you just take that part out? And I would say, no problem. Because when you sit down with me, I respect you.
Is Joyner, what's his nationality?
Who? I think he's black. Was he something else?
I don't know. I thought he was Jewish.
Jewish guy wouldn't approach this a lawsuit in this capacity, right?
You said they do business a total different way,
Totally
right?
different way.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man. So listen, at the end of the day, this is going to play out the way it's going to play out. There's no extortion. There's no nothing. You're just dealing with a stupid person who decided that I wasn't going to do shit. Well, what are you going to do? I did exactly what you told me to do.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with someone.
No. You did not do what he told you to do.
He said call your lawyer.
Okay, in that sense.
Yes.
But listen, Joyner, I think you should have been a little bit more professional. I actually think the Vlad interview, listen, Vlad interviews help everybody out.
It's true.
It helps everybody out. I watched it help 6ix9ine out. I talked to him.
Yeah.
I just was with him 3-4 days. He like, yo, I definitely seen that. You know what I mean? So
Biggest interview of the year. Honestly, the Vlad TV Tekashi interview, you can't name a bigger interview, period. It's at like 16 million views combined on YouTube, just on YouTube. Let's not count TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and all the places. It's probably at 100 million when you think about it. Like Tekashi literally said it's transformed the way people look at him right now.
that's a fact.
This is what we do, man. Like, if you don't like me, you don't like me. That's cool. But all this suck my dick shit and all that type of shit, like, I'm not scared of any of that. Like, you're not intimidating me. Because you're not dealing with someone who's like a blogger who started last year, who's broke, that's trying to somehow, like, I have real money.
That's a fact.
And I have the money to protect my shit. I have the money to protect my content. And I'll spend money. Even if I have to lose a little bit in the long run, at least I'm protecting my shit. And I send the message out that I just don't have public domain shit that anyone could use when they feel like it.
Yeah, Vlad, yeah! 6ix9ine voice.
So that's what it is.
Okay,
You have more
man.
questions?
Nah, man, that's it.